What Power Sheets are a goal planning tool to help you align your priorities and make things happen in your life. Hey there, I am Kelly, and I wanted to take just a few seconds to, let's be honest, it's going to be a few minutes, to tell you about Power Sheets, which is like my absolute favorite must-have goal planning tool. They're coming out with the 2020 Power Sheets this upcoming week, so October 16th of 2019, I believe, is when they are launching, and I just want to tell you about them. So I'm going to show you real quick. What I have now currently is the 2019, obviously, because the 2020 hasn't released. But each year they're pretty similar. They just like add on more to it each year. So here we go real quick. You can get two different options. You can either get a 6-month, which is what I got the first time. You can see it's about that thick. And so it has 6 months worth of goal planning, or you can get the 12 months. So this is what I used in 2018. This is what I used in 2019. And you can see it's definitely a lot thicker. You can see the difference between the two. I went with the 6 month the first time just because I ordered too late and that's all I could get. But it was also a good way for me to try out and make sure that I like them. But I highly, highly, highly recommend this 12 month. And to be honest, I don't even know if they're going to have the 6 month this upcoming year, but 12 month is where it's at. So what Power Sheets are a goal planning tool to help you align your priorities and make things happen in your life. So they do this a bunch of different ways. The first way is you get your journals. First of all, they're gorgeous. And they have this whole first section. It's almost like 20 pages. This whole first section is all sorts of prep work. So you're basically just like figuring out things that are important to you, what goals you have in the future. Not necessarily goals, but like what dreams you have for you, what you want your life to look like in 20 years from now, 40 years from now, 60 years from now, whatever. There is some where you do some life evaluation. So you evaluate things like your finances, your spiritual growth, things at work, your spouse, your significant other, your friends, your health, all this stuff. There's 8 different things that you can evaluate on how you're feeling in life. Then you get to go in and actually write out your goals for the year. So what I did first was I wrote down all these things that I wanted to accomplish in 2019. And then you go through and you organize them into different threads. Then you make an action plan for each goal. So for each goal each thread that you have, you go through this whole series of writing out your plans, and you actually pick rewards that you're supposed to reward yourself with whenever you meet that goal. I did those action pages for all 8 of my threads, and then these were the goals I set for, actually these are just for quarter 1 of 2019. So you set your goals. There's some monthly practices that you do. So what I like about Power Sheets is it's not just like setting these big elaborate goals that you want to accomplish, but then you break down how to actually accomplish them. And that's where like the good stuff happens in these monthly tending lists. So at the beginning of each month, you write things that are stressing you out, fears you have. You list out all the things that you got to do that month. You brain dump everything. I love a good brain dump. And then you actually go through and write out on your, what she calls a tending list, all the different things that you need to accomplish, like the little baby steps in order to make that big goal happen. So one of my goals for 2019 was to earn a certain amount of money with my business. So I listed out all these things that I would need to do in order to make that happen. Well, that's overwhelming. So one of my goals in January was just to create 2 products that I could sell to hit that goal that I wanted. It doesn't look like I hit it, and that's okay. But it breaks your goals down into monthly things you need to do, weekly things, and then daily things. Okay, so you do that for each month. And then at the end of the month, there is a spot for some reflection on things that went well, people you're grateful for, great memories that you had. I actually really like this because it's a fun way to look back on the month. Then, along with the monthly check-ins, there's quarterly check-ins. So I really like these quarterly check-ins because you also get to go back, reevaluate yourself in all of these areas. That's a bad noise. And then set new goals for the new quarter. So, my goal was to make blah, blah, blah money for 2019. And now I can look at how much I've made, what my what I need to make the rest of the year, and then what things I can do to make that happen. So I thought it would be fun to share a few of the goals that I set for myself for 2019 and how it is October of 2019 and I've already completed a lot of these goals. So one of my big threads that I had was allow myself time for personal growth and development. So what this looked like was in 4 areas I wanted to grow: in my photography skills, in my German language, in my writing, and I bought a bunch of Ultimate bundles in the past couple years, and I didn't go through them because they were so big. So I really wanted to make it a priority to go through them in 2019. So photography, check. It's always a work in progress, but I went through the photography bundle that I bought. That was part of my, like one of my little goals that I could do in a month to reach this big goal of photography. I did that. I've completed over 200 hours of German lessons. I have completed going through I've purchased 3 Ultimate bundles. I've gone through 2 of them. And then writing is what I'm focusing on in this last quarter of the year. So that's one goal that I've almost hit. Another goal was 50,000 downloads this year on my podcast, and I've surpassed that. And it's because I was able to each month figure out, okay, I need this many downloads in order to hit my goal of 50,000. And so I was able to do things to keep, to be proactive about that happening. And I did that because of my power sheets. They helped keep me on track and keep me focused with what it is that I knew that I wanted to accomplish this year. All right, so Cultivate What Matters. The power sheets people also have some fun add-ons. They have these cute pencil bags that fit right around the power sheets. I love it for whenever I'm biking into town and working at a coffee shop. I love this. And I'm obviously not buying a new one this year because I have one, but they are still selling them this year. Tending tape is what they call it, basically washi tape. They've got, they also have a sticker book. So I took my sticker book apart and they're all in here and organized, but they have a ton of really cute stickers. They have, let me find them. They have color coding because, come on, gotta love color coding. They have these little flags that you can use to color code, different stickers for different seasons so you can decorate your tending sheets. Sorry, I'm looking at this backwards. There are also these amazing things called wild cards. So they're like extra little papers that you can order that you put in your power sheets. They fit in so you can tape them on. And they're more focused lists to help you accomplish your goals. So one of them is self-care. I have this one actually already filled out in my 2019 power sheets with things that, one of my things that I wanted to do this year was more me days. And basically those are days where I just focus on myself. And so these are I made this whole self-care list to help me process through that. And then whenever those me days come up, I can go through here and decide what it is that I want to do to bring myself joy. One for reading lists, that I'm such a list person, so it's fun to write down the books I am reading. They have friendship tending lists. So friendships that you want to cultivate or grow, you can list out on here. You can't see it, sorry. And basically just things that you can do to help grow that relationship. So I've got a list for friends in Texas that I really want to be intentional about maintaining friendships with or growing friendships with even while I'm over here. And then also one for friends here in Germany. There are also monthly calendars that you can purchase, or that come in the wildcard pack, and they're just blank calendars and you fill it in. This is what I use as my content calendar. It's helpful. I'm such a visual person, so it's helpful for me in that respect. And they also have, I really like this one. Cody and I do this at the end of each quarter. I have it in my quarterly thing. It's a financial check-in. Yep. So we just go, is it focusing? I don't think so. But basically you just list all these different assets you have, liabilities you have, and then at the end, you can figure out your net worth, which is kind of cool. But this is, if finances is a goal, which for all of us it should be, to manage our finances well, then this is a great way to keep track of it and make sure that you're staying within you know, the things that you need to make sure that you're doing to stay on track with finances. And then lastly, they have, this is like, if you're going to get anything else to go with your Power Sheets, I highly recommend this. I think they call it like a weekly sticky to-do list. This is like actually, I'm not going to talk about it here, but you can go to my Simply Organized Teacher Instagram, and on the Power Sheets, like in my highlight stories, I have a Power Sheets tab, and I show you exactly how I use this. But basically, I set my top 3 for the week, all the to-dos I need to get done in the week, and then each day I write out my top 3, like times. This is almost like my calendar instead of using, I love Erin Condren, and it's my first year. I'm not going to buy it because it's too much to keep up with. So I've got my computer, I've got this, and I've got my Power Sheets, and that is how I keep track and how I hit all my goals, or how I'm on track to hit most of my goals for 2019. But like I said, I've already hit a bunch of them, and I'm super pumped about that, and that's all because of Power Sheets. So highly recommend them, and I know that you won't regret it. Check them out and get yourself a set of Power Sheets.